Hello backbenchers, how you all are doing? I hope you all are doing really great. So we are back after long time. It is more than a month. So we are back again, and from today we are going to start with the fluid mechanics subject. So let's start the video. Please watch the full video, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe the channel. So you will really in future you are going to have really good content on this channel. Currently it is good, but in future you are definitely going to get it. Okay, so now let's start with the fluid mechanics. What is fluid mechanics? So fluid mechanics is the branch of science in which we study about the behavior of fluid, whether it is in motion or it is at rest. So in this video we basically we are going to talk about only the basic things about the fluid mechanics. What is fluid mechanics? Look, now if we are studying fluid mechanics, then first we need to know that what is fluid. So let's get to know that what is fluid. So fluid is a substance which is sustainable, which is have the capability of flowing under the action of shear force. What is the meaning of what I am saying is that, look, here is a particle. Okay, let's say it is fluid. Okay, it is fluid. So now this fluid particle, when we call it fluid, when it has the capability of flowing under the action of shear force. Look, let's take this is the shear force. We are taking that यहाँ हमारे पास इसमें shear force लग रहा है. So अगर यहाँ पर हमारे पास shear force लग रहा है, तो इस shear force के लगने एक्शन की वजह से ये हमारे पास आगे की डायरेक्शन में फ्लो करता निकल जाएगा. So this is called fluid. Now we are going to have another term that अगर ये flow करेगा, then what is flow? Okay, then what is flow? So now let's understand that what is flow here. Now let's take surface. Okay, so let's take this is a stationary surface. Okay, let's take it is stationary surface, and here another surface which is moving. Okay, so if it is moving, then we can say the action of shear force will be taken from here. Okay, and this force is stationary. So let's take this is a layer of fluid. Let's take it here is a point O, and this is the point A, and let's say this point is A dash. Now this point now this will layer will flow by the action of this shear force. Now this will move towards this direction. So let's take this moved like this, and let's take this angle as phi. Now what is going to do? Let's okay, now this point is we call it B, and this point will be called B dash, like this. Let's take it phi 1, and this will be phi 2, and the point is C and C dash. Now here is shear force. Now we can say that tau is shear force. ठीक है, shear force, and phi हमारे पास क्या हो गया यहाँ पर? डिफॉर्मेशन. क्या हो गया यहाँ पर हमारे पास? डिफॉर्मेशन. We can say this that tau is the shear force and phi is the deformation. This is the deformation. Okay, phi 1 phi 2 is the deformation here. Now we can say that this deformation is going to happen with respect to time. We can say this thing. Now we can also write this thing like this, d phi by dt, isn't it? Now if shear force is going to happen, then deformation will also be happen. Now we can also say this that shear force is proportional to deformation with respect to time. Now we can say d phi by dt. This can be written also. This is as simple as that. Now what is flow? So we can say this flow, d phi by dt is flow. So what is the definition which is comes out from here? So flow is the deformation with respect to time. I hope it is clear that flow is the deformation with respect to time. And what is fluid? Fluid is the substance which has the capability or which is sustainable to move under the action of shear force. I hope it is clear. Now we will divide, generally we divide the fluid mechanics in three parts. Okay, so now we will understand first of all that what are those three parts, that why we divide those, why we do this actually. Okay, so let's say first part is fluid static. First part is fluid static. Second part is fluid kinematics, and the third one is fluid dynamics. Okay, fluid dynamics, we say, the names of these branches are this: first is static fluid mechanics, second is fluid kinematics, and dynamic fluid mechanics. Now we are going to study all the parts here on this channel. Okay, now what is fluid statics? Look, in fluid static, what is meaning of static? Static means at rest. We can say the fluid particle is at rest. Okay, so the branch of fluid mechanics in which we study about the fluid at the rest situation is called the fluid static fluid mechanics. Okay, now let's talk about the second one. What is fluid kinematics? Okay, what is kinematics? Where the kinematics word occurs, we can understand that there must be some kind of movement is going to happen. This is, we have studied about this in 10th and 10th, 11th, 12th already. Okay, so in according to this kinematics, the fluid particle is like this. Okay, and it is moving. So the branch of fluid mechanics in which the fluid particle is moving, which means the branch in which the motion is considered, we can say the branch of fluid mechanics in which the motion is considered of the fluid is called as fluid kinematic fluid mechanics. So this is clear also. Now let's talk about the one more thing. The pressure thing is not counted in this fluid kinematic fluid mechanics. Okay, but in fluid dynamics, the motion is also considered, and the pressure forces also get in count in fluid dynamics, which means motion plus pressure force is fluid dynamics. In kinematics there is only motion, and in static there is only rest condition we have. So this is, I have explained what it is fully. So now let's get further about what are the basic terms we call and what are the basic things in fluid mechanics we need to get understand before we start this subject. So let's get started. Density. What is density? So density, we can say, is mass per unit volume. What is the density? Mass per unit volume, which means mass, it is denoted by rho, mass upon volume. So what can be its unit? Mass is measured in kg upon volume is meter cube. So kg per meter cube is the unit of density. Now let's talk about the some things of density which are related to this. So now dimensional formula of density is ml minus 3. Okay, so this is the dimensional formula of m1 l minus 3 of the density. Now next thing is the temperature thing. How it reacts with the contact in temperature. If the temperature rises, density of the any kind of material, the density decreases. And if we can say it vice versa also, if the density the temperature is decreasing, we can say the density will increase. Simply, it is as simple as that. Now we talk about the pressure. If we increase the pressure, look, this is the let's take it is a some kind of material, and there are some particles here. So this is this much dense, like it is compacted like this. Okay, there are this kind of material we have here. Now if we increase the temperature here, we heat, if we heat this material, then it will, what it will get melt, it will get melt, and the particles here will be separated. So now that what is the density will increase or decrease? Obviously the density will decrease. Same as if we freeze it, we decrease the temperature, it will get shrink, we can say. So the particles will come close and the density will increase. And let's take the second thing here, pressure. Okay, if the pressure is increasing, let's take again that particle, here are the small particles here. Okay, so if we apply the pressure, if we apply pressure, the density will increase. Why the density will increase? Because the particles are coming closer here. Okay, so if we will do apply the pressure, the particles will come closer. So this is how, if we increase the pressure, the density will also increase. Now again, if we decreasing the pressure, if we remove it, the density will automatically, it will regain its density. So now if we decreasing the density, then the decreasing the pressure, so the density will automatically decrease. Okay, so now there is an important thing, the density of water. The density of water we take as 1000 kg per meter cube. So this is the density of water we take. Now there is one more another thing, that the density for liquid density is constant, but in case of gases the density is variable, because it is all about the per unit volume, and the volume of gas is variable, we can say, because particles of gases can be moved as per the environment. So density of liquid is constant and the density for gases is variable. So this was the all about the things about the density. Now we will move further on specific weight. So specific weight, what is specific weight? Specific weight we can say is weight per unit volume. In density it is mass per unit volume, and in specific weight it is weight per unit volume. Okay, so we can write it as small w, it is represented by the small w, and weight is capital W upon volume. So this is the thing. Now what is weight? Weight is equals to W is equals to mg, we can say this, we know this thing, upon V. So now what is m upon V, mass upon volume? What is mass upon volume? Is the density. Now what is it? Specific weight is equals to small w is equals to rho g. Here is the one more formula comes from the specific weight, is w is small w, specific weight is equals to density into the gravity. Okay, so here's the thing. Now what will be the unit of this? Let's take out the unit. It is in Newton volume meter cube. So unit of specific weight is Newton per meter cube. And now we will find out from here, from the formula, we from the relationship we got here, the density the specific weight of the water. So what was the density of water we had in the previous definition? 1000 kg per meter cube. Now let's put the value in here. So specific weight is equals to 1000 into 9.81. So what will it be? So this will be 9.81. If we multiply, let's take it in the kilonewton. So 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube will be the density of, specific weight of the water. So here's the thing, one more thing, the dimensional formula of specific gravity is L minus 2 m1 L minus 2 T minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula for the specific weight. So this was the all about the specific weight. Now let's jump on the specific gravity. Okay, the next thing is specific volume. So what is specific volume? Specific volume is the reciprocal of the density. Okay, so it is the reciprocal of density, which means it is written, it is shown by S. So it will be like mu is equals to 1 upon rho. So what will its unit? It is not that important because it is used for gases. But we are studying about fluid mechanics. So simply it is not that much important. So there was a definition of this here, so I just mentioned you all. So this is the thing. So what will be its unit? We can just turn up and down the unit of density. So it will be meter cube upon kg, as simple as that, just simple. So do it like this. Now let's jump on specific gravity. Now what is specific gravity? It is a kind of important thing here. So let's say what is specific gravity. So specific gravity is the ratio of density of the liquid to the density of a standard fluid. So let's write it like this: specific gravity as equals to density of fluid upon density of standard fluid here. Okay, now this is the thing. We can also write this like rho upon fluid upon rho upon as fluid. Now as the standard fluid, we take the density of water, which is 1000 kg per meter cube. Now if you get to find, or we want to find the specific gravity of any fluid, you can just simply divide it by the 1000, the density of the water here. So we can also write it as density of fluid upon density of water. And the density of water we take at the temperature of, we just assume it at the 4 degree Celsius. That is simple. And we just one more thing here, that the unit of specific gravity, it is unitless, because the density upon density is will be the unit less. Simple. Now there's a one okay, so there is one more example here. That find the density of density of a fluid, if its specific gravity is 0.95. How will you find it? Simply, what the formula we had? We had the S is equals to rho upon rho water. So what we have here? Specific gravity. What we need to find we need to find the density of the fluid. So rho will be S into 1000. So 0.95 into 1000. What will be the density? Obviously 950 kg per meter cube. Simple. Now let's get on the next, which is compressibility and the bulk modulus. It is just simple thing. What is compressibility? Compressibility is the reciprocal of bulk modulus, and bulk modulus is the ratio of the change in pressure upon volumetric strain. What is volumetric strain? Volumetric strain is the ratio of the change in volume upon the original volume. Okay, so change in pressure will be del P upon, what is volumetric strain? Volumetric strain is change in pressure, which means change in volume upon the actual volume. So it is, bulk modulus is represented by K. So K is equals to del P upon del P into V upon del V. This is the formula for the bulk modulus. And what will be the formula for the compressibility, which is represented by the beta? So this is the bulk compressibility. Beta is equals to 1 upon K, because it is the reciprocal of the bulk modulus. Compressibility is the reciprocal of bulk modulus. So this was the small thing here which I have explained to you guys. Now let's jump on to the most important and basic definition of fluid mechanics, which is viscosity. Now we are going to study about two kind of viscosity. First one is dynamic viscosity, and the second one is kinematic viscosity. So let's go. So let's talk about the viscosity. So viscosity is the property of fluid which can be only understood by when fluid in motion only. So here we have two definition about the viscosity. That one is that it is the internal resistance offered by one layer to the another layer of the fluid. Look, it is like this. This is fluid is flowing. So this is layer 1 and this is layer 2. If the layer is flowing like this, they will flow like this. So it is the resistance. If you will walk on the surface, what you are doing, you are using the resistance by your feet and you are pushing it backward. That's how you are moving forward. Okay, so this is the thing. So just to move this layer forward, this needs to generate a resistance on this layer 2, and this is how it will move forward. So this resistance is called the viscosity, the dynamic viscosity. Okay, so what happens when the pressure will increase on the liquid or the fluid? If the pressure will increase, the fluidity will increase and the viscosity will decrease. Why? Because it is the resistance to flow. Viscosity is the resistance to flow. So resistance is getting low by the increasing of pressure, so viscosity also will decrease in the form of temperature. We can write it as temperature will increase, then the viscosity will decrease. It is written by the mu. Okay, so this is how it works, the first definition. Now let's get on to the definition number 2. Okay, so let's take a graph here. Now this is the graph. Okay, this is the y direction and this is the x direction. Here our viscosity is moving. Okay, so this is a fluid running like this, and let's say that it is a fluid which is moving with the velocity of u, and now here is the layer number 2 which is moving with u plus du. So what will be the difference of here? The difference is du. Okay, so now if the fluid is moving, then we can simply say it is moving by the action of shear force. So we can say shear force is working here. Now the difference here we can say dy. Okay, so we can say that shear force is proportional to rate of changes in velocity. Shear force is proportional to rate in change in velocity. We can say like this with respect to y, with respect to the y direction. Okay, so this also can be written as, so rate in change in velocity. What is the rate in change in velocity? Velocity is u, so this will be written as du. With respect to what? It is with respect to y. So du upon dy. So tau is proportional to du upon dy. We can say this. Now we'll use this space. Okay, so here we have a relation. Tau is proportional to du upon dy. What is du upon dy? We can say it as the viscosity gradient. What it will be called? It will be called the viscosity gradient. Viscosity gradient. Now here it is proportional, so just to remove this there will be a constant. constant here. So tau is equals to mu du upon dy. Here we get the formula for the viscosity. Tau is equals to mu du upon dy is the formula for the viscosity. Now from here we get the second definition, the shear stress required to produce unit rate of shear strain. What is, we also call it is shear strain. This is really most important thing, because the many times in exams, in competitive exams, this question is asked that what is du upon dy. The option can be viscosity gradient, or the right option can be the shear strain. So please remember this thing. So this is the dynamic viscosity we had all here. Okay, so now let's get on to the kinematic viscosity, which is related directly to the dynamic viscosity. But there is I think I'll just left one small thing here about the dimensions of the dynamic viscosity, which is mu is equals to, it is Newton second per meter square. The unit of dynamic viscosity is Newton second per meter square. We can also say is Pascal second, because Newton per meter square is the Pascal. Okay, so Pascal per second. And one more thing, that viscosity is measured in poise also, poise, and in 1 Pascal second there is 10 poise. If in any question the viscosity is given you into poise, then you need to turn out the, you need to change the unit of the poise into the Pascal second or Newton second per meter square by dividing it 10. Okay, so this was the whole thing about the dynamic viscosity. Let's get on to the kinematic viscosity. So what is kinematic viscosity? Kinematic viscosity is the ratio of dynamic viscosity and the density. So what we can say, it is kinematic viscosity, and it is represented by nu. This is represented by dynamic viscosity was represented by mu, and the kinematic viscosity is by nu. And what is the definition of this? It is the ratio, kinematic viscosity is the ratio of, it is the ratio of dynamic viscosity and the density of the fluid. We can say mu upon rho. So what is the formula for this? Nu is equals to mu upon rho. Simple. So this is the kinematic viscosity, and the unit of the kinematic viscosity is centimeter square, second per centimeter square. Sorry, centimeter square per second. Also we can say it meter square per second, but it is also measured in Stoke. The kinematic viscosity is measured in Stoke also, which is equal to centimeter square per second. It is called as, it is simple as that. If we convert it into the meter square per second, so there will be 10 to the power minus 4 meter square per second. Simple. Look guys, in unit conversion there is nothing but just you need to master your some basic things. That's it. It is really easy to convert in units also. Okay, so this was all about the basic things of fluid mechanics here, and in the next video we will talk about some more interesting things, and we'll go further in the fluid mechanics first chapter in pressure and different things. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the more videos. So, and you can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram page is really very useful for civil engineers, and it is so much informative about the civil engineer information. See you in the next video guys. Keep learning, keep supporting. Bye bye.